Hello students, how are you? In previous lectures, we will studied about the classification of the organism. Now we will start the third chapter, that is the plant kingdom. This is the first video of the plant kingdom. Here, first we will study the classification of plant kingdom, like the artificial classification, natural system of the classification, and the phylogenetic system of classification. What it means? Artificial system of classification. What the means of the natural system of classification, and what is the means of phylogenetic system of the classification. But actual we will talk why the class, what were the basis of the classification of the plant kingdoms. Earlier in the system of classification, the few characters of the plants is selected for the classification of the plant. So the first system of the classification is the artificial system of classification. Actually, what is means of the artificial? When the classification is based on only the one or few characters. It means when the classification is based on the characters of only one or few characters, it is called the artificial system of the classification. Actually, this type of classification was proposed by the Theophrastus, then it was by the Linnaeus. Theophrastus, who was the father of botany, he chose the habits of the plants and divided the plant kingdom into the three, like the herb, shrub, and trees. Later on, this system of the classification was followed by the Carl and Linnaeus. And Linnaeus proposed this type of the classification on the basis of stamens, their number, their length, their form of unity. So they only choose the single character, only the stamens. Is it clear? And as I have discussed, this system of the classification was only based on the vegetative characters or on the position of androecium or characters of the androecium or stamens. And here the most close related species are grouped into the few certain characters. But this system of the classification was fails. Why? Because in this system of the classification, both the scientists gave the equal weightage to the vegetative form of characters and the sexual form of characters. As we know, the certain environmental character can affect the vegetative characters, like they causes the mutation that can also change the characters. So such type of the classification was fails. Later on, the second system of classification, that is called the natural system of classification. It was given by the Bentham and Hooker. Actually, first I want to tell you who was Bentham and Hooker. Bentham and Hooker was the curator in the Royal Botanical Garden. We have studied it in the previous chapter. Royal Botanical Garden is the world's biggest botanical garden, and he proposed the classification among the organisms only the certain external features and few internal features also, like the anatomy of the plant, the embryological development, the ultrastructure of the cells, and sometimes the photochemistry. It means what the chemical changes occurs with the help of the light, with due respect to the light. Such type of system was called the natural system of classification. But the most appropriate type of classification system is the phylogenetic system of classification, and proposed by the Hutchinson and Engler and Pruntle. Actually, this is the classification that is based on the genetic form of evolution. Here, the Hutchinson wrote a book that's name is the Families of the Flowering Plant, and he discussed the different kinds of the plants on the basis of evolutionary relationships. It means who originate first and who originate later. Is it clear? It means if we talk about the whole plant kingdom, we will study it like the Thallophyta, then Bryophyta, then Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm and Angiosperms. And this phylogenetic relationship is based on the evidences. That can be embryological evidences, that can be connecting, that can be chemical evidences, that can be fossils evidences, and so on. Actually, what we do in phylogenetic system of the classification, suppose we talk about the algae, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm and Angiosperm. As I have already told you, there are the protistans that further evolves into the algae, and few of the protistans evolves into the fungi, and few of them into the protozoans that makes the series of the animal kingdom. Here what happens? Actually, the unicellular protistans that have the pigments, they are able to do the photosynthesis, but they don't have any modification of root, stem and leaves. So we called it the thallophytes, like the algae. Further on, when these algae grows near to the dampy soils, they are not directly related with the water. For transportation of the water, they need to grow the certain organs. That is the hair-like structure, that is called the rhizoids. Later on we will see in the pteridophytes, when these rhizoids develops more like the roots, but roots have the legs of the well developed vascular system like the xylem and phloem, and each part of the xylem and phloem. Later we will see in the gymnosperm, they have the more development in the vascular system, and as well as in the angiosperm we will see the well developed form of the water transport system. Is it clear? So, what is the kinds of the taxonomies? There are the three kinds of the taxonomies. On the basis of procedure of the characters, we can divide the taxonomy into the three. One is the numerical taxonomy. Numerical taxonomy. What is it? Means numerical. It means the numeric, means the number. Is it clear? Actually, numeric taxonomy is based on the system work, on the based of computers. Actually, what happens here? Suppose you find the some new species of the plant kingdom or animal, whatever you find, what you will do? You will get the organism and match the character of the new organism with the help of the system that has the lots of data, and which kind of character is matching with the which plant. If the characters are matching, you can put the organism into the those division, those classes, those orders, those genus and those species. Is it clear? So numeric taxonomy help us to find out the appropriate taxa of the finding new organism. Here organisms are assigned by the numbers and codes for using the data, and here the each character is given equal importance, and at the same time thousands of the characters can be considered. It means suppose you are finding the plants having the root, stem and leaves. It means this can be into the either bryophyte, either pteridophyte, either angiosperm or the gymnosperm. But this new plant never can be classified into the thallophytes, because all thallophytes have the lack of root, stem and leaves. Is it clear? The next character you will match whether they have the well developed blood vascular water transport system. If yes, it means they can be either gymnosperm or the angiosperms. Now you will see the character like the seeds are naked or with the covering body. I hope now you are getting. If the plant having the seeds with the fruits, it means they can be angiosperm, not the gymnosperm, because gymnosperms are the net seed plant. Is it clear? So this numeric taxonomy help you a lot. Now the cytotaxonomy. Cyto means cell. It means the taxonomy that is based on the cell, like the structure, number of chromosomes, behavior of the cells, presence of the organelles. Is it clear? The third is the chemotaxonomy. Chemo for the chemicals. It means the uses of chemicals that constitute the plants and helps to resolve the confusion. How confusion? It means what kind of these are producing the substances. What kind of substances they produce. Is it clear? Now, here we will classify the plant kingdom. Plant kingdom is classified into the two subkingdoms. One is the cryptogamous, second one is the phanerogamous. Crypto means false, and especially Linnaeus used the terms first for those plants who having no sexual organs are present externally. And these are the seedless and flowerless plant. Is it clear? Further, these cryptogamous plants divided into the three divisions: Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta, that we will discuss broadly in the next video. But here we will give the short lecture. The Thallophyta. Thallophyta means these are the simple primitive plants having the thallus. Thallus means they don't have the root, don't have the stem and don't have the leaves. Is it clear? So these are the algae and lichens. The second one is the Bryophyta. Bryophyta is the much developed plant than the thallophytes, because they have the sterile cells, sterile jackets, and even they don't have the xylem, phloem and true leaves, but they have the rhizoids. That is the early stage of the roots. And bryophytes further divided into the mosses, liverworts and hornworts. Into the three classes: mosses, liverworts and hornworts. Next, the pteridophytes. Pteridophytes are the more developed or more advanced than the bryophytes. It means they have the root, stem and leaves. Even these are the underdeveloped than the gymnosperm, but more developed than the bryophytes. Is it clear? And they have the vascular bundle, but xylem and phloem are not well developed. It means tracheids, vessels, xylem fiber and xylem parenchyma. They don't have the all parts of the xylem and phloem also. Further, those plants, those having the seed and flower, these are called the phanerogamous plant. Further, these are divided into the gymnosperm and angiosperm. Gymno means necked seed plant. It means they don't have the fruit body. Is it clear? They don't have the food. Seeds are necked. We will discuss more in the lateral classes. These are further divided into the cycads and conifers. Cycads, they have the cycas, and conifers means the pinus plants. Angiosperms, further, as you studied in the class 9, class 10, that the angiosperm has the monocot and dicot. It means they have the monocot have the single cotyledon and dicot have the two cotyledons. Is it clear? Now, we will talk about the first. In this video, we will generally describe the general features of the algae. Algae, that is called the thallophyte. So first, these are the simple. Simple means the body is not modified into the root, stem and leaves. Chlorophyllous means they have the chlorophyll and body is thalloid. Thalloid means they don't have the root, stem and leaves. Autotrophs, because they have the chlorophyll and have the ability to synthesize their own food. Mostly the algae are the aquatic in nature. It means they are found in the water, and it can be fresh or the marine or the salty water. But even few of them are the terrestrial, but not grows on the dry soil. They grows on the moist places. Is it clear? And the size of algae can be variable. Variable means few of algae are the simple body structure, few are in the giant shape. Is it clear? So, if we talk about the Chlamydomonas, this is the unicellular algae. It means it is made up by the single cell. But some are lives in the colony, like the volvox. Few are the filamentous, means they have the filament, like the Spirogyra, Oedogonium, and Eulothrix. And few have the large thallus, like the Fucus and Sargassum. Here, the most important thing is the reproduction. Algae have the three kind of reproduction: vegetative, asexual, and sexual. Sexual mostly in the unfavorable condition. But here we will discuss the all vegetative reproduction. Mostly it is done by the fragmentation, in which the body of the algae is divided into the fragments, and each fragments further develop into the new one, and it forms a complete body. The second is the asexual reproduction, especially by the zoospores. Zoo means they are the motile. When they will be motile? When they have the flagella. Is it clear? So mainly asexual reproduction takes place by the zoospore, in which different types of the spores are formed, and these zoospores are the flagellated. I have already told you. It means they have the flagella, and they germinate and gives the birth to the new one. The most important thing about the sexual reproduction in the algae. In algae, the sexual reproduction takes place by the either isogamous type, or the oogamous type, or the anisogamous type. What is meant for the iso, aniso, and oo? Iso means the equal. It means the shape and size of the gamete is the equal. This is called the isogamous. Anisogamous, it means the shape of the organism or the gametes are the same, but size are different. And third is the oogamous type. Oogamous means the shape and size both will be different. Here, isogamous. Shape and size of the gametes are same. The example is the Eulothrix. It means the both gametes are flagellated and same in size. In Spirogyra, both gametes are same in size but not flagellated. But size is the same. Listen, size is the same. If we talk about the anisogamous, it means the shape of the gametes are the same but size is the different. Example is the Eudorina. The third is the oogamous type. Here the fusion between one large non-motile female gamete is the round shape, and the male are the small and motile, and gamete takes place in the water. The best example is the volvox and fucus. We can see here the diagram. You will understand it by the diagram. Here we can see here. Suppose here we can't differentiate who is the male gamete, who is the female gamete, but we can say suppose this is the male and this is the female gamete. But here you can see the shape and size are the equal. You can't differentiate between the male gamete and female gamete. When these are fuses with each other, they forms the 2N, means the zygote. Is it clear? I hope now you are able to understand what it means the isogamy. Isogamous means the isogametes. The gametes are form of isogametes. The process called the isogamy or the isogamous. Here, in case of second, we can see here. Suppose this is the female gamete. because mostly female gametes are the large, and here this is the male gamete. So we can see here the female gamete is the larger in size than the male gamete. When they fuses with each other, they forms the zygote. And fusion of the karyogamy or karyogamy causes the formation of zygotes. Such type of the fusion is called the anisogamous type, where the shape is the same but size is the different. But we will see in the oogamous type, the shape and size both are the different. We can see here. Here we can see this is the female gamete. Egg are the round in shape, while the sperms are the flagellated and the small in size. When they fuses, here male and female both are fuses, it forms the zygote. Such type of the condition is called the oogamous type. Okay, fine students, in next video we will discuss about the classification of the algae. Thank you.